A lesson that all young women need to know. People will use you for years while convincing you that you are special. Let's begin. Monica thought being wanted meant being valuable. That misunderstanding destroyed her life. She grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina in a quiet middle-class family with parents who worked hard, stayed married, and tried to protect their children from the kind of chaos they experienced growing up. But Monica hated feeling ordinary. And social media made ordinary feel unbearable. By 17, she was already obsessed with online attention. Posting sexy, explicit pictures. Hundreds of followers in one day. Men in her inbox stroking her ego and promising her the moon. Validation every single day. Mainly from men still living in their grandmother's basements. But she didn't care. Because that attention became her emotional oxygen. She needed it. She craved it. And once somebody becomes addicted to validation, peace starts feeling invisible. At 19, she moved to Atlanta. That decision changed everything. At first, Atlanta looked exactly how Instagram promised. The money. The parties. The luxury sections. Men spending thousands in clubs. Half-naked women competing for status. Everybody pretending to be wealthy and successful. And Monica adapted quickly. Very quickly. Older men started financing parts of her life. Expensive trips. Penthouse apartments. Designer bags. Paying all of her bills. And every time somebody warned her she was moving dangerously, Monica said the same thing. I know how to play this fucking game. Men are easy. I got this. That frame of mind ruins a lot of good, wholesome girls. Because everybody thinks they understand danger right before danger introduces itself properly. Eventually, the men in her life changed. The attention became much more colder and transactional. Monica eventually realized that nothing in her new life was free. She starts to understand the reality of her new lifestyle. The men became more controlling. Andre paid her rent, but demanded complete access to her life. Calvin financed vacations while secretly recording her with different men, while doing unspeakable acts without her permission. Antoine introduced her to drugs because he said it would help her relax around high-profile people. That is how exploitation usually starts. Not violently. Comfortably. By 23, Monica no longer recognized herself emotionally. She was constantly anxious. The only way to combat her anxiety was to stay so high, stay so drunk, that the acts she performed with men became increasing more and more degrading. She was constantly comparing herself to other women online. She was constantly terrified younger women were replacing her. And they were. And social media made it worse. Because now every scroll reminded her how temporary attention really is. Then came her first arrest. Prostitution. Then came fraud charges connected to a man she barely knew. Then came armed robbery with a deadly weapon. Then shoplifting. You name it, Monica probably did it just to stay relevant. After her arrest, each man disappeared immediately. Monica took each rap alone. That is another cold lesson young women learn too late. The people funding your lifestyle rarely stay around once consequences arrive. And after the arrest, everything accelerated downward. Monica's friends disappeared. The wealthy men stopped calling. The attention slowed. The money slowed. The invitations slowed. And suddenly Monica realized something devastating. Most of the life she built depended entirely on people wanting something from her. Not loving her. Just wanting her. She noticed that she wasn't that pretty 17-year-old anymore when she looked in the mirror. The daily alcohol and drug abuse made her look way beyond her years. She could barely remember how she got all of these fucking scars on her face. When did her breasts start to sag? These realizations emotionally crushed her. Because desire fades quickly once people stop benefiting from you. By 26, Monica was blowing men behind dumpsters just to get a taco from a food truck. She considered herself lucky if a man had a hotel room. At least then, she could have a shower and a roof over her head for the night. Yet, she was still posting glamorous pictures online. She was still pretending that her life was amazing. She was still smiling for Instagram while privately falling apart emotionally. She would catch herself crying every day for no reason at all. If she saw a commercial that reminded her of the family or life that she had abandoned, she would smother that pain with whatever drugs were available and more alcohol. And the worst, most darkest part? People online still envied her. Young girls following her on Instagram could wait until they were old enough to show their butts online just like her. They all wanted the 304 thought, hoochie lifestyle. That is how dangerous illusion culture has become. People envy edited moments without understanding the suffering attached to them. One night, after avoiding and ignoring her family for 10 years, Monica finally decided to contact her family. But by then, it was too late. Her parents had already passed on. She never knew because she refused to stay in touch with anyone from her former life. The life before all of this. She called not because she was broke. Not because she got arrested. Just because she realized she had spent almost 10 years building an image instead of building a life. And now she did not know who she actually was anymore. Not only is this a cautionary tale, but it's completely true. There are so many young girls out there that have been raised correctly by a good family and community, but crave so much more. They leave home and believe that they do not need their family or friends anymore, and are quickly absorbed into every major city's underworld. Now let me ask you something. You know someone just like this, don't you? A former friend? A family member? Someone that just popped in your mind right now at this exact moment. Don't you? Leave in the comments if you or someone you know is experiencing this. Tell me, where are you listening from? And how many people right now are sacrificing emotional peace, trying to maintain an image strangers online envy? Because one of the coldest truths in modern life is this: people will use somebody for years while convincing them they are special. And once the value disappears, most of those people disappear too. Watch more stories like this on True Tales from the Let Me Pull Your Coat podcast. At what point does attention stop feeling empowering and start becoming emotional addiction? Because not every person being celebrated online is actually winning in real life.